Hello, this is Jeff, the Retired Farm Boy. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk a little bit about what I do with some of my time in retirement. Now, in some of the videos that I've done in the past for people that are thinking about retirement or who have already retired, I talked a lot about all the time you're going to have in retirement. And it's so true. And you need to have some structure to take some of that time up. You need to have some hobbies, let's say, take up new things and that kind of thing to fulfill that time. So I've told you how you're supposed to do it. Now, what am I doing? So I thought I'd go over some of the things that I do today. Now, it's summertime, so some of the stuff will change with the seasons for me because I like to be outside a lot. But it's summertime and it's too hot right now. So I try to do a lot of farm chores and mow the yard and those kind of tasks. I try to do them earlier in the day. I also go to the gym. Sometimes I'll do my gym around lunchtime or so because I'm trying to take care of things in the morning first thing. That's some of the structure that goes on around me. I also do a lot of doing a lot of things that you probably had retired people tell you know, how did I ever have time to work? Well, I have those days as well where I don't even know how I would have had time to work. I've been so busy. Some days I've actually, mainly because of farm chores and things like that, you know, I've actually ran into the evening working sort of similar to what I remember when I was working full time and coming home and continuing on working on the farm and doing some things around the house. So we all have those days from time to time. But I do want to say I try to set a schedule for myself to where on weekends I typically don't do a whole lot. I don't try to do chores. Chores for me, maybe some things around the farm, fixing fences or patching a barn, those kind of things, putting up a gate or something. I don't do any of that on the weekends. I don't mow. I try to get all the mowing done prior to the weekend. If I've got to spray for weeds or anything like that out of the ordinary that I plan to do, I try to avoid doing any of that on the weekend. I try to keep my weekend open. Now, I also, during the week, I try to have a day or two where I call it lazy days. Now again, they come and go. You may not have a week where you can have that lazy day because you've got several things to do. But I try to work in a time during the week to where, you know, I may not do a whole lot. I may do a chore here, a chore there. I may mow the yard. I may only go to the gym. And the rest of the time I use it for doing the things that I enjoy, such as reading. That's something I enjoy a whole lot, is reading. I'm a freakoid about research and planning. So I'm constantly planning, constantly researching things. For example, my wife and I have an upcoming vacation. I have researched the devil out of that area that we're going to the point to where, you know, a lot of times when we get there, I sort of have an idea of how to get around just based on the research that I do. So, but I enjoy that. That consumes a lot of time, and people may think that's excessive and crazy to do all that, or it takes the fun out of it. But for me, it's enjoyable. Personal finance, that's something I really get a kick out of. So, you know, I'm constantly watching videos and going to websites and trying to learn some things about personal finance that I don't know, another trick or something. I feel like I'm pretty competent at it, but at the same time, a person can always learn. So those are just some of the things that I do. I want to give you an insight into one of the big research and planning things I'm doing right now. I'm on the back side of my farm. And in fact, this tree line behind me here is the line between me and my neighbor. So that tree line, I'll turn my camera here. It goes down the fence row there. You can see it's a straight line from the road. The road is up that direction, and you got a straight line back here between me and my neighbor. So this area right in here, I'll try to set my camera up here a little bit and try to navigate you a little. This is where my wife and I want to build a house in a year or two. Probably actually 2 to 3 years. I shouldn't say a year or two. So I cleaned this area off a little bit. It's part of our hay field. As you can see out further, you can see the hay, the nice green grass. That was hay. I bush hogged this the other day, trying to get it cleaned up a little bit, so we could start doing some measurements and sort of getting a feel for what this property would be like if we chose to build on it. So we're planning on building a house that would be somewhere around where that tree limb is sticking up. That's an old fire pit burn pile place that has some rocks and things that I still need to clean up. But that would be where the front of the house would probably be, coming straight across from that woods over to this backwoods over here that you see. We also plan to put a shed, a tool shed here, and it's going to be right in this area in front of me here. And we hope that we'll have a living quarter in it that we will plan to live in while we're building our house. We just live down the road, obviously, from here. One of the advantages that we're looking for here is the house we live in now. We love it to death. We love everything about this farm. The only problem is the house is right on the road, so it's probably 50 to 75 feet from the road. So we get a lot of road noise and everything else. So it's also an old farm. The house will be 100 years old in 2026. So obviously we have to do some maintenance from time to time with it. So we're trying to get to the point to where we can build something new for what we need, the size that we need, and move back here away from the road so we can have peace and quiet, along with a new house and everything, so that we won't have any maintenance to deal with for a while. Now, this is kind of a one-for-one swap's what we're hoping for. I don't have retirement savings planned to help build this house. Our plan is that we will sell the house and a few acres with it that has all of our fence, that's all fenced, and where we run our sheep farm today, we'll sell that off of the farm, and hopefully the proceeds from that will be enough to build the house that we're wanting. So that's kind of the idea that we're going with. So what do I do my time in retirement? I'm sharing a little bit of one of those things. I hope that this is something that you can take and understand a little bit more about me and what I like to do, and please share some comments, especially if you're in that situation of me, to where you've built a house right at retirement or after you've gotten into retirement. Give me a few pointers. I could definitely use them. Something else I could also use is subscriptions. So please subscribe if you haven't already to my channel. I'd sure appreciate thumbs up, notification bell, the whole works. I'd really appreciate that. And as I always say in retirement, at the end of my videos, man, it is so good to know that retirement is great. Thank you, guys.